Hi, what is the east wind about? Now, before you shut the video off, watch it, because this can be a representation of a lot of similar things in Scripture that are easy to miss. It actually has quite a significance in the Scriptures. I'll make this short, but there are a lot more passages about this though, and at the end I'll really share one additional passage that really shows what the east wind is about. So stick around. The east wind is also called the Siroco. Jeremiah 4 verse 11 describes it as a scorching, strong wind from the desert. It is the wind of judgment from God that will destroy everything. Look at this graphic. You can see Israel, and on the east side is the desert, which is right now the country of Jordan. There are many passages in the Bible where it mentions the east wind. In Exodus 10 verse 13, God brought one of the plagues of locusts to Egypt through the east wind, and it destroyed all of Egypt. Hosea 13 verse 15 says, "Though he flourishes among the reeds, an east wind will come, the wind of the Lord coming up from the wilderness." Then it describes all of the disasters that the east wind will bring. And Ezekiel 17 verse 10 says, "Behold, though it is planted, will thrive, will not completely wither as soon as the east wind strikes." Even the book of Jonah talks about it in chapter 4 verse 8. When the sun came up, God appointed the scorching east wind, and the sun beat down on Jonah's head so that he became faint and begged with all of his soul to die, saying, "Death is better to me than life." At the end, probably the biggest example I can think of is when Moses and the Israelites crossed the Red Sea. Listen to Exodus 14 verse 21. "Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord swept the sea back by a strong east wind all night and turned the sea into dry land, so the waters were divided." That's how the Red Sea got divided, and it ended up destroying all of Egypt's army. The east wind is always a sign of judgment from God. I've personally been in a country where a president committed fraud in being re-elected. When the country rebelled, he said, "Even God cannot remove me from the presidency." By the way, that's not a smart thing to say. He was gone within a week. I remember right before there was an extremely strong windstorm that came from the east. I'm not making a dogmatic statement about it. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But use a program like BibleGateway.com and you'll see many more instances of the east wind, or the Siroco. If you want to hear more of this type of interesting information, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button. Now, you want to watch this video next to get a general understanding of how people in the Middle East would read the Bible. It's a very short video, but it's gotten lots of views already. You don't want to miss out on that. God bless you. Bye-bye.